Good afternoon, uh, everybody. Thank you for joining me on the Give and Go podcast. Missing Doug again. I think he's busy today. He didn't get back to me. Gloomy day, raining, sun, rain, sun. Today we're switching it up from soccer, moving to basketball. We have Ella Mason, who just finished her junior year at Rumson Fairhaven, fresh off also a shore conference championship for flag football, which we'll get into a little bit later. But mainly we're going to talk about basketball. I guess let's talk flag football right now, actually, since we brought it up, and then we'll get into basketball. Rumson, was this their first season, or did they play
Yes,
last season?
this was our first season.
So, your opinion, do you think next season or the season after it'll become an official like varsity sport? Because it seems to double in teams every year.
Yeah, there's definitely a few teams that already I know are joining the league next year, and there's a great deal of interest around like the shore and all that. So I think maybe not in the next like 2 years, but like next 4 years, I think it'll definitely become a varsity spring sport.
Now, I went to one of your games actually. I didn't know you were even playing, and very impressive quarterback. I text somebody. I go. She throws the ball better than some of the boy quarterbacks in high school. Was that something? Did you just start playing football because they had a team, or did you ever throw the ball around like that?
No, I've been playing flag football. Football, I've always watched it on Sundays with my dad, watch the NFL, and it just always looked so fun to me, but I was never allowed to actually like play tackle football. My parents wouldn't let me with sports and all that. But I did back in elementary school join a flag football league in
Okay.
Middletown, Lincroft, the Lincroft League. There was like 4 or 5 girls ever, but I mean, I still had like a great time, and I was always the quarterback, and I just loved throwing the football around and just having fun on the field.
And you also did quite well on the defensive end. I think um, Colucci's dad said the game I was at. He said he thinks that was your ninth interception. At the game I was at, so you're pretty good at defensive back too.
Which game were you at? Just curiously.
The shore regional.
Sure, regional,
Yeah, towards
yes.
the end of
That
it
was a
was
good game. I do enjoy defense as well. I mean, getting a touchdown's really exciting, but intercepting and picking off the other team, although we can't run it back, unfortunately. Um, Getting the interception or batting down a pass on fourth down, whatever it is, it's super exciting. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it was. That was the first flag football game I went to, and I was impressed. I thought it was really exciting. I said to Doug, I was like, something, maybe we pick up a spring sport because it's the spring I take off. I do soccer
Mhm.
during the fall and basketball, but hopefully, get some push around and make that a varsity sport. But it was fun, and your team. It was very impressive watching Rumson play. A lot of good athletes. A couple soccer players I know. A couple basketball players.
Yes.
So it's good, and you have fun playing it.
Yeah, as a team, it's just super exciting being on the field, and we're very passionate about it, even though it's not a varsity sport yet. Just in with each game, and like after winning, it was just so much fun and so much excitement and passion all around with the coaches and everything.
That's good. That's good. Well, good luck. Good luck next season with that.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll switch to basketball. First question, how old were you when you started playing basketball?
I'd say roughly 4 or 5 years old. I did a rec league at St. Mary's.
Okay. When did you start like AAU and stuff, the more advanced?
I mean, I wasn't huge on basketball like after elementary school. I wasn't really sure whether I enjoyed soccer or basketball more, but I did, I think fifth grade maybe. I was part of Jersey Shore Elite, which Don Carpel
Don't.
coached. And then I did Central Jersey Hawks, coached by, I forget who was the coach, but it was not the same team I'm on now. And then I didn't really play AAU seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade. And then sophomore year, I picked it back up again and joined Central Jersey Hawks with Mayo.
When you stopped AAU, were you focusing on soccer at that point?
Yeah, I'd say so. I joined PDA. And
Okay.
so I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but I did enjoy soccer more so at that time in my life.
Were you at PDA North or Shore
North.
North? Okay. I don't know the coaches up there that well. What made you go back to like where is basketball more your passion or soccer?
I really, everyone, so many people have asked me, but I really don't know. But I mean, sophomore year, I didn't really want to do so much club soccer anymore because it wasn't as fun anymore. I just enjoyed high school soccer. And Coach John Mayo, he was reffing one of our JV games, and he was like, came over. So we had three players actually on his team currently, and he comes over and he goes, "Who you playing AAU for this summer?" And I was like, "I'm not sure. I haven't played in a while." And he goes, "You're playing for me." And all of a sudden, I joined his team.
I like Central Jersey Hawks. I like their program, and a lot. You got a lot of good kids on that team. Um, how old were you when you started playing soccer?
4 or 5 as
Four,
well.
4 or 5. Okay, and when did you just start like local
Yep,
rec
local, like with the mini nets and all that. And then I grew up, I did the Monmouth, sorry, Middletown, like
soccer club?
Middletown Township Club.
Yeah,
And then eventually I did move on to PDA for a little.
Middleton. They have a very good program developing kids
Yeah.
at the younger age, and then like everywhere, they eventually move on to PDA or Cedar Stars. Did you do any other sports when you were younger, or was it just mainly soccer and basketball?
Not that I remember. I think it was just soccer, basketball, and then flag football sometimes in the fall.
Okay. You have any siblings?
Yes, I have one brother. He's younger than me.
Younger? Does he do any sports?
He's not a huge sports person, but he does what have you seen the show American Ninja Warrior?
Yes.
He competes in tournaments like those.
That's impressive. I know the girl from Lacey made it pretty. There was a girl from Lacey. I think
Yes,
she
yes,
graduated
Eva.
last. She made it pretty
They're very
far.
friendly. Yes, they
Yeah.
go to the same ninja gym together.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a bigger
It's
thing.
growing. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I wonder if that'll eventually become a high school
I don't
sport.
know.
Um, what have your parents meant to you, in your development, whether, basketball, soccer, like football?
I mean, they weren't all that much sports players back in high school. I mean, they both played a little bit of tennis. My dad played a little bit of hockey in high school with his brother. But they weren't huge athletes in college. So I mean, even though they didn't play, they still pushed me to be the best. They would drive me. They still do drive to all the events and like flying to faraway AAU tournament stuff. They've just helped me reach where I am now a great deal, and I'm really thankful for that.
We talked, AAU. How has Coach Mayo made an impact on you?
He's definitely helped me improve my game from the time that I started playing with him until now. I mean, I joined him after sophomore year. I didn't get very much playing time sophomore year of high school, but I mean, I still got on the court, but I wasn't a great player by all means. I could shoot a little bit, play defense a little bit. Then I joined Coach Mayo, and he kind of allowed you to show yourself more within game and it helped me gain more confidence in my shooting ability, my like driving to the rim and such, and definitely my defensive ability. So he's helped me improve my game in all aspects.
It's good. Sometimes players just need that, a little boost of confidence, and
Mhm.
then you could take off. All right, we're gonna talk high school. You're going into high school as a freshman, and what goals did you set for yourself when you entered high school? Whether it could be academically, and for athletics.
I mean, academically, I wanted to do well in school, obviously. Athletically, I wasn't really too sure because I didn't know what I really wanted to do, but I knew I definitely wanted to make an impact, get on the basketball court, get on the soccer field, and just show that I am who I am.
So you played soccer as a freshman, so
Yes.
that was COVID. Did you think, I mean, you could answer this for both because soccer was outside, a little easier during COVID to play outside. Did you think you were going to have a soccer season when you get closer to the school year?
I really didn't. We kept having these 2 weeks where we had to take off because someone on the team got COVID, or we've come in contact with
Yeah.
teams with COVID. So I really didn't think there would be a true season, with all like games getting canceled and such. But there was, which was great.
Now, how about basketball with that being inside? Because that season, it seemed like the start kept getting pushed back.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely. Like didn't start till like late January, I feel like.
yes,
Whereas now we start like the week after Thanksgiving.
yeah.
So I really that was a much more condensed season. I wasn't really sure what to expect because, as you said, it's inside. There's not much you can't really play with a mask. Like that's not very doable. Um,
Yeah, I
I
don't
didn't
know
realize
how the
how we
kids in
could
New
have.
York did that. Because
Yeah, I
New
don't
York, they,
know.
yeah. Do you think though going through the soccer season it helped you prepare a little bit for basketball, knowing that hey, game might get canceled that day?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, after having to like sit at home for 2 weeks because I was in contact or whatever, I kind of expected it a little bit more so for basketball.
That had to be draining mentally a little bit, especially having to sit home
Yeah,
for 2 weeks, even if you don't have it. Just kind of, it was definitely a tough time for your
yeah.
kids. Now, sophomore year. Sorry if I should have pulled up some soccer questions, but well, we could go back to your freshman year. They had the pod tournaments, right? The regional, I
Mhm.
think they were called regionals, and your team made it to the finals against
Yes.
Wall. How to feel making it, it's tough because, a Wall team that Rumson's familiar with, especially with soccer. How to feel just, as a freshman making it, being part of a team that made it to the final, the group, whatever they called it that year.
It was definitely super exciting to like I didn't really get on the field freshman year, but it was super exciting to see what the team was able to do and like show pride for our school and the tough year that we did have. And it was like very inspiring to see what they were all doing out there.
Now, sophomore year, for basketball, team made this semifinals, which in a short conference, that's a big deal, just making it to the semifinals because everyone knows how good the Shores. How did, being part of that, what were you able to, take away as a sophomore making it to the semifinals for basketball?
Well, I remember in the quarterfinals actually, the game against Donovan Catholic, and it was like we were down, people counted us out, we were underdogs, and I like had come in the third quarter, and there was like this 3 minute like spree where we were all moving the ball so well and all that, and it was just like a lot of fun, and we like had hit three after three after three, and we
Yeah,
had 6 straight 3 pointers.
I think
It was like
Colucci finished with Grace had 7, and I think Julia had
yeah.
4, and
Mhm.
you girls were on fire. That was a very weird game because I have my opinions. Donovan, Conroy was on fire in the first
Mhm.
half. I think she had 24 in the first
Yeah, I
half,
believe so.
and then all of a sudden she didn't touch the ball the last four
Yeah.
minutes in the first half. The ball movement stopped, and you girls, ratcheted up on defense, and then you just one of the best shooting performances by a team. You occasionally will see a player go off, but as a team, you girls couldn't miss. It
Mhm.
was pretty impressive. That game. Um, Going to your junior year, what was something you wanted to improve on? Because I always see a big jump in players, their abilities, and I guess extra confidence level because you're not really an underclassman anymore. But what was something you really wanted to improve on the soccer field and on the basketball court?
Um, Not necessarily a skill, but like kind of bringing the team together on the field and the court. Like being on the court, I would like to help people like calling out and communicating things like that, saying oh, like pick up here, there's a screen coming, things like that, and just like communicating through everything and helping everyone get through and work well together as a team.
Now, Coach Cal, he always puts together one of the hardest schedules
Hmm.
for your team. And, last 2 seasons start off a little bit slow, but you're playing some of the best teams in the state. And do you think that really helps you girls come when you're getting closer to the postseason?
I think it definitely does. It pushes us early on and helps us get the mentality that we can be great and that we just need to get the team aspect together and get the little things right, and which really helps us because come playoff time, we have those little things, we have that team aspect, and we're able to work really well together, knowing that we can beat some of those great teams.
Now, last 2 seasons, unfortunately, New Providence is the team to knock you out. But this past season, they got out to a pretty nice lead, but your team didn't give up and fought back. Just talk that game, and do you think if you get the chance, you could knock them off this season if you see them in the postseason?
So yeah, definitely off to a rough start the first quarter. I think we had like 6 points or something like that, maybe not even. But after that quarter, we knew something had to change because we weren't playing the way we normally play. We weren't playing together, and we knew it could be the last game of the season and the last game for the seniors who have had a great run their 4 years. So we knew that within the second quarter, we had to pick up our defense, swing the ball movement more, and get some more like good quality shots to allow ourselves to get back in the game. Then halftime, we definitely talked a lot about defense as well, and because defense wins championships essentially, allowing the other teams not to score is huge advantage, obviously. And we weren't getting many points ourselves, so we knew we had to stop them in order to give ourselves a chance. In the fourth quarter, I think it was like we were down 12 at one point or something, and we had cut the lead to 4.
It was 16-3 after the first quarter.
Yeah, we were definitely down by double digits for
Yeah.
quarters of the game. We did cut it down at one point of the game too. It was like a 5 point game, I think.
Yes.
We kind of just believed in ourselves, knowing from like the earlier games like Ewing, St. Rose, what else did we play? Like RBC, games like that. We knew we had it in us to beat these quality teams. We just had to show everyone else that what we knew we had. Unfortunately, we didn't get the end result we wanted, but we did fight back.
There was, a couple games that I was actually out of yours that, like the St. Rose opening day, they got out to a big lead, and there was a point where they could have really ran away with it, and it seemed like you knocked down two big threes both times, ending a St. Rose run. And there was another game, I forget, midway through the season I was at. The other team was going on a run, and you just always happen to hit a big 3-pointer at the right time to stop, cool the other team off and, allow your team to come back. Just talk, your mentality when you're in a game like that. It's, delete the other team's up by 20, and then all of a sudden you hit a big shot, and then, you're the one that started a big run.
Well, it goes back a little bit definitely to Coach Mayo, who after sophomore year helped me gain confidence in my shooting ability and taking the open shot. And then to Coach Cal, he puts you in when he knows you're ready. So getting the chance, I knew I was ready. And once I catch that ball, seeing him open, I'm ready to shoot it. And I know it's going in by the time I shoot it.
It's good. No hesitation. Just put it right up. I want to just ask, Julia Corsetine, was such a great player. How do you think she, she was captain last year, how do you think she helped you develop over the last 2 seasons playing with her, a couple seasons playing with her?
She's definitely helped me improve my shooting and my offensive game. That wasn't something I've always been a huge defensive person.
Okay.
But offensively, I like to share the ball a lot, get a lot of other people baskets, get them open, things like that. But she's helped me, like we would shoot after practice or before games and such. Just getting up shots and working on like shooting better, and then teaching me like some moves driving to the rim and such. She's just like inspired me to be better on offensively and be a little more selfish than I guess I am.
Yeah, it's tough with basketball. You don't want to. Well, most people don't want to look like the ball hog, but some people just like to chuck it up. Or you get the open shot, you got to put it up.
Sometimes I don't like to shoot it, which was a problem. I would get to the rim, but I'd like to drag the defender and bounce past the person right next door, put
That
it up
was
there, but I need to learn to shoot it more when I take that sometimes.
that was me in basketball. Pass first, always pass. I get yelled at all the time by my father, because he was always coaching to shoot the ball. I always like to pass the ball. Now, going into your senior year next year, obviously you're going to be one of the leaders of both soccer and basketball. What is something you hope to pass down to the underclassmen?
The underclassmen. I just want to, I guess, inspire them like the seniors inspired me my freshman year. Show them to like keep working hard and things like that, that you will get your chance eventually. And just have fun with it, because at the end of the day, it is just a game, but having like the team around me and like it's another family, it's just a great experience, and to like cherish every moment of it, because I'm super grateful that I did participate in the programs both for 4 years.
What goals do you have for your final year for do soccer first and then basketball?
Soccer, I definitely want to score a few more goals than I did last season. I only scored, I think it was like two or three. I definitely want to put the ball in the back of the net more myself. I think we, as a team, we have a great chance at winning our group, so we're hoping to do that this year. And then for basketball, hopefully get back to New Providence and beat them this time.
I just pulled up the soccer, pretty good run. You made it to the finals of your group, and
Mhm.
of course you run into Wall, but you were
Unfortunately.
able to knock off Point Borough, which was their second loss,
That was one
right?
of the
I
most
think,
exciting games of the season, I think. I think it was the most exciting. We went
yeah.
into a double overtime, PK shootout.
Uh,
Everyone's legs were like giving in. Like it started out really
yeah,
fast paced and then it just got slower and slower. You could see everyone was like drained because like no one was subbing. You were keeping your best people in, trying to get the goal to advance. And then it ended in PKs and it was just super exciting.
yeah. And Point Borough, they were I think they were undefeated going into the short tournament. I
Yeah, they
think,
were.
or maybe
And
one
then they
loss.
lost to Manalapan, I think.
Howell, they lost to Howell.
How,
Yes,
yes.
in the semis, but they upset. Now, just talk a little your goal. Katie, she's a junior. Is Katie Walls a junior?
Yes, she is.
So,
No,
so,
no, she's senior, sorry.
oh, she is a senior.
Yes.
So, do you have a you guys have a goalie in JV or but she had a really good season last season, Katie. Hang on, let me
Katie
see.
did. Yeah, she had a really good season.
Oh no, she is coming. She is only she just finished junior year.
Yeah, just finished. Like
Oh,
gonna
so
be
you have
the
so you got because that's the toughest position to replace
year.
is the
Yes.
goalie. So, you have a lot, Keehan's coming back, you have a lot, she's off to I think Northwestern
Yep.
and very good. So hopefully you get back and get a rematch with Wall in the
Hopefully.
hopefully. So all right. So any other questions? All right. You up for a round robin?
I'm ready.
Rapid questions. All right. What's your favorite TV show?
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. How about favorite movie?
I like the movie Draft Day. It's a football movie.
I I, I love it. Kevin Costner's one of my
Yep.
favorites.
Yep.
Um, what was the guy's name he drafted? Something Mac.
Vontae Mack.
Vontae Mac.
Hmm.
Vontae Mac, he wanted a what top 12 paycheck? Is that how he said or something?
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your favorite school subject?
Math for sure.
Math. How about your favorite number?
Number 14
Yeah.
is also my lucky number.
What's something you enjoy to do outside of practicing sports? When you
Hmm.
have free time, what do you like to do?
Um, wow. I mean, I like going to the beach. I mean, in the summer, during like winter, colder months, I still go to the beach. Like to watch the waves and all that, sit in the sand.
This is Doug's question to everybody. When your game's getting ready to start, what's your go-to pump up song?
Ooh, wow. I mean, we just have at RFH, we have classic like songs on our warm-ups, but I think my personal pump-up song, I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. Think about that during soccer season. I'll come back to that for you.
All right.
All right, we'll talk your future. Like what type of college are you currently like looking for? Like location wise, like you're looking to stay close to home. Go south is the famous answer I always get.
I'm actually not too high on the South.
Okay.
Uh, Definitely not within New Jersey. I don't really want to stay in New Jersey, although I like it here. I like the seasons and all that. I want to try something new. I've been looking like upstate New York, Massachusetts,
Okay.
like the Michigan, Indiana area, maybe.
Okay. Do you know what you want to study yet?
Something. So there have been a few schools that have come out with sports data analytics as a new major. Specifically Syracuse and University of Massachusetts are two of the bigger schools that have that. And that's something I'm super interested in, I think, but I'm not sure how. And I haven't like, I'm not too sure exactly what it is, but I've like heard about it and heard other people who have taken the course and things like that. So it's definitely something I'm looking into, and then business would be my other choice at the moment.
What could you do with that? I guess analyze stats and stuff like that?
Yeah, kind of in like players and like probabilities and things like
Okay.
that. I kind of want to still work within the sports industry.
It's getting bigger, and analytics getting bigger, bigger
Hmm.
and bigger. Moneyball.
Yes, I love that movie. It's a good
I
one.
figure if you like draft day, you have to like Moneyball. I
Yeah.
feel like. All right, so after college, you want to hope to stay in the sports field
Mhm.
somehow. Would you ever do coaching or training on uh, soccer or basketball or
I
flag
feel like I'd
football?
be definitely be open to it. I would definitely like to do flag football would be fun to get more girls involved in it, and help increase the popularity of the sport and get it to even possibly the college level. Um,
Yeah,
I think it's
I
definitely
see
an
that.
option.
I see that coming.
Mhm.
Maybe you come back in a few years when it's a varsity sport and coach Rumson, turn Rumson into a flag football dynasty.
I could.
All right, last question. What advice would you give your younger self?
I think I'd have to say to keep working for what I want the most at the moment. I mean, never give up. Just keep working at it and pushing because eventually you will get there. You just will have to find your own way.
All right. Well, I thank you for taking time out today. Good. I'll see you on the soccer field in the fall, and
Thank you
definitely
for
the
having me.
basketball. Oh, no problem. It was great, and congratulations with the flag football, and good luck with the
Thank
rest of the AAU season. How much time's left in AAU?
Um, we have a tournament. I have a game later tonight. Um,
Where's that at?
Sportica?
Oh, okay, at least you're not going out to like Spooky or
No, not this weekend. We're
are you
headed to Kentucky
Kentucky? Okay,
after the 4th of
Hmm.
July.
That's a
And
very
then
big one.
I know, yeah, huge. Run for the Roses is
Yeah,
huge.
it's a big one.
And then I believe the like one of the last weeks in July, we're headed to either AC, Spooky Nook, or DC. We're not sure which
Hmm.
yet.
Okay. Well, good luck the rest of the AAU season, and I look forward to seeing Rumson on the soccer field
Thank you.
this season. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Hopefully, the sun comes out. The next 8 days does not look pleasant or whatever. So, all right.